Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Train Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest that I would like to introduce to you, Miss Fiona McKenzie. She's the head of education at Carfax Education. Fiona has more than 30 years of experience in guiding students toward their university goal and application, and hundreds of students have benefited from Fiona guidance and support through Carfax Education to choose their right school or get into their dream university through setting up their personal academic pathway. And today's topic will be about Fiona's experience with the FTU, Explore Runway event, the platform for those who wish to explore more about overseas university process. And Fiona has interviewed online 8 applicants to assess their ability during the overseas university application process. Hi, Fiona. I hope that you did have a very good time with them. And today is so fantastic if you can share with us your perception and viewpoint about the process.
That's great. Well, I really enjoyed my experience with FTU. I thought it was I was really impressed with the students that I met and how engaged they were.
Thank you, Fiona. And my first question to you is how would you rate Vietnamese qualification and capability when applying into overseas university compared to students from other nationality around the world?
So I think in terms of kind of comparing them with other students from around the world, I found them well prepared. They were very clear about what they wanted to get out of the experience. They had done their research. The ones who impressed me the most were the ones who had really strong communication skills. And I think for any university applicant from anywhere in the world, that's going to be important because part of the application is being able to communicate why you want to study this program and what you want to get out of the experience and what you might intend to do with it later on. So I felt that the students I met were competitive and would definitely stand a good chance of accessing degree programs in good universities around the world.
Thank you for your sharing, Fiona. So communication should be one of their strengths. What's our other strength of Vietnamese student in your opinion, Fiona?
So I think the best students that I met when I was interviewing for FTU, I had really worked hard on their extracurricular and their super curricular profiles. So a lot of them had very strong language skills, which will obviously be helpful for them when transitioning to a new country. And strong language skills will also form part of the application process because universities will need to know they can access the curriculum in whichever language of the country they choose. But I think the students that really impressed me had built up a profile of activities that really enhanced their interest in the course they wished to take. Now, some of them had done work experience that was relevant. Some of the students had taken extra courses. And reading around the subject was something that really impressed me. And I felt that was a strong point for some of the students. The ones that really stood out for me were the ones who had also taken on things like leadership roles, or maybe they'd shown initiative in setting up a society or a club that showcased their enthusiasm for the subject, as well as the additional skills that they will bring to a university. So in terms of taking opportunities, showing determination and perseverance, and demonstrating time management and organizational skills. So all of those skills alongside their academic profile, I felt that many of the students I met had been working on those, and that would be very valuable for them.
Thank you, Fiona, for sharing with us very useful information. So, what's the quickness or error that they need to improve for university process?
When you're looking at sort of university applications around the world, it's really important to do your research. For example, in the UK, the most important aspect of an application is in fact the academics. So the academic profile will be really key for this. They will want to see that the students have got good exam results in their school leaving exams. Many of the students, obviously, I was interviewing were already at university, so they will want to see strong grades coming from their current universities for the UK. So good results in exams will be really important. So I think that's something that they all need to be really aware of. Obviously, for the US and Canada, and that is a slightly different profile they're looking for. It's a broader profile. So while the academics are still valuable and necessary for admission, they want to see showcasing a commitment to a range of activities. This could be volunteering, this could be playing a musical instrument, it could be taking part in a sports team or a regular work activity. So I think for all of the students, my advice in terms of areas of improvement would be building your profile. It's a really important part of university selection. Universities are looking for a student who is going to be a good fit for their campus life and for their environment. And I think everybody has to understand that universities are choosing from thousands of students across the world with very similar qualifications. So it's really necessary to build on your unique talents and to build a standout CV. So I think in terms of areas for improvement, it's profile building alongside your academic results, making sure that both of those areas are strong.
Thank you, Fiona. So, how would you assess the chance for Vietnamese students to be accepted into the top tier university around the world?
And I love that passion, and that very clearly came out from some of the students that I met, that they're really committed to making this happen. I think that with the right qualifications and a good level of English language, that Vietnamese students will be a very valuable addition to any university across the world. As I say, the students I met were enthusiastic, they were highly motivated, they were very articulate, and they had a clearly defined game plan as to why they wanted to study in different parts of the world. And I think that's an important part of accessing those top tier universities. You need to know what they're looking for. You need to understand the entry requirements, the profile they're looking for, and then you need to build towards that. And I think that all of the students I met certainly demonstrated that commitment to doing that. So based on that, I feel that they have a good chance of being accepted into top universities around the world.
Thank you so much, Fiona. Then, can you give us some advice to Vietnamese students who have a passion to apply into the top tier university around the world?
So I think, my best advice would be research, 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 research. Because the more you understand about what you want to do and where you want to go, the better prepared you could be. So it's really important to know exactly what the university is looking for, what subject choices they need, what academic level they are looking for. I would also say that you really need to understand what the course is going to deliver. So if you're thinking of doing business management, look in detail as to what you will be studying over those 3 years, because the courses vary hugely from university to university. I think also you need to understand about the different systems between all the different systems of the universities. So America, Canada, Europe, UK, all are looking for slightly different things. So I think research is absolutely my top piece of advice. And then after that, it's about building a strong academic profile. It's about developing your language skills. And then, as I've mentioned before, I think it's very important to be building this personal profile that really makes you stand out above other students from around the world.
Thank you so much for your insight, Fiona. You were given great advice to all of us about the university application. We will cover so many things in our talk today, from student strength, quickness, and how they could improve the skill to adjust to the challenge of a university. So it's important for the students to do many researches about the major and the university that they want to attend, as well to know clearly about the entry requirement. To stand out among others, the student needs to build very strong academic and personal profile. And lastly, for those who look to study across, the English level will be incredibly improved. Fantastic by Fiona. Thank you so much and see you next time. Goodbye.